Who's going
Let's
to be
actually.
a Laker coach? Can we talk about that? Who's going to be a Laker coach? Jeez.
Ayo.
Oh,
Stay
can we
out of
talk?
LA.
Okay,
Because
can I
right
say
now,
this?
there's only one guy.
Why do we?
Who's the one guy?
Oh, you know it.
Is it possible to have a boss and is he my boss now?
He's definitely not
No.
our boss.
Fuck no.
Make no mistake.
I got one
but
boss. That's Jesus.
Yeah, Jesus.
Oh,
Yeah.
Hell no.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Boss.
Just got a message.
Yeah,
Hell
right.
no. Okay.
There's a reason why he keeps using the term partner.
He does
Yeah.
or you do?
He does.
Oh, okay.
I'm curious.
I'll be ready for that first interview, though, if he becomes the head coach.
Allie and Richard, I got a question.
What
Oh,
up?
God.
What is it about, and this is going to be my hater moment of the day.
Oh,
What
Your
is it
first hater
about
moment
coaches?
of the day. Your first hater.
First one.
Okay.
What is it about recycling coaches that have had success places, never almost got fired, and then you think like, oh, I can do this, like I can make it work. Like Budenholzer, solid. Yes, he won in Milwaukee, but he was literally about to get. They were booing him in Milwaukee as the Bucks were winning. Right? He was in Atlanta. He had really good years, kept getting drubbed in the playoffs by everybody, or more like Cleveland. He goes to, I don't know what Phoenix thinks is going to happen differently that didn't happen in Atlanta, in Milwaukee.
I'm going to be honest. This is a question that I should have asked you guys because only you guys have the answer to it.
I just don't get. I don't get it. I don't get it.
I think there's only a certain amount of people on the planet currently. Like I said, it's harder to be a head coach in this league than it is to be a player. It's harder to be a coach in this league than it is to be a player because the positions, there's less of them. So I think there's only a few people that have proven that they can actually coach, and you'd rather go, with the devil, It's like, let's look at but Channing, let's take a moment. Let's take a moment and look at any coaching position. When you talk about recycling coaches, just real quick.
Right.
Who are the top? Give me top 4. I won't make you go a top 5. Give me the top 4 coaches out there that don't have, that you feel can coach Hall of Famers.
Right.
That can coach a playoff caliber team. That can coach a team that could possibly have potential playoff deep run, possible championship. Are there 4 coaches out there that you believe? Let's not do the recycling. Let's not do the recycling then. Who are 4 coaches out there that you believe exist?
Well, I don't know. Here's my thing. I don't know assistant coaches, but I know there are programs that I would look at to take a chance, because here's my thing. In Phoenix, you got to bet on a coach where you're going to say, this coach is going to be here for 5 years, regardless of you, KD, regardless of you, Book, because he's going to build a culture for us for the future, right? And the big 3 thing, I think obviously you're going to try it, but if halfway through the season it doesn't work, you're going to blow it up anyways. So for me, I would have gone with, obviously San Antonio has always a roster of great coaches. I think there's some coaches, young coaches, in Orlando that I think are very solid. There's some good coaches, and the assistant coach from Minnesota, I would have waited for him. There's some good coaches in Golden State, right? I think you got to look at what style of basketball do you want to play? And to me, I would have looked at those style of basketball to play and bring in those coaches and say, hey, this guy is going to lead us this way. You could get the best coach possible, and he's still going to fuck up. So you might as well get a coach that you go, we want to build through you. Like Kenny Atkinson was in Brooklyn. He had all those good guys. They blew it up. He went with the young guys, and then he built it back up. And then they went and got somebody else, and it messed up.
I know you're Channing, to your point. I think we're kind of agreeing. I just think we are agreeing. I just think that I get why these coaches get multiple opportunities, but a lot of times when you want a coach to prove it, Think about T. Lue won a championship and the Lakers still tried to give him a terrible deal. And he was like, forget that. And then he goes to the Clippers and they're like, oh shit, he can coach. And all of us, me, you, Bron, we're like, yes, I'm telling you, we all had been telling you that T. Lue, we were all astounded with his intelligence, his strategy, his focus. To a man, I've had great Popovich. You've had great coaches. We've all had coaches. I'm sitting here like, this motherfucker T. Lue can coach. So when he could coach his ass off, and when the Lakers were messing around, he was like, all right, peace. And then tried to not give him the offer that he felt. So the Clippers got him. Now he's with the Clippers, and now everyone's like, man, T. Lue can really coach. And now the Lakers are like, do you can get T. Lue? Clippers are like, we're going to sign him to an extension. And it's like, yes, we told y'all he could coach. But that's the thing, is that there's not, I don't think that there are in a space of we're going to develop coaches the same way we develop players. And they're running, this cycle of coaches is running. But again, we're going to see Mike Malone, eventually every coach. Mike Malone might stay there. In 5 years, he might get fired. He'll get another coaching job. JB Bickerstaff, he'll probably, like Jamal Mosley has now proven to a stand, he will get another job. Right? Because once you prove that you can do it, that's where it gets. Like even JB and the struggles that they've had with Cleveland, they've gotten 10% better every year. Didn't make the postseason, made the postseason, got swept, made it to the second round, won a game in the second round against the best team in the league. So it's like
injuries really fucked them, by the way.
Yeah. If it doesn't work out in a year or two with JB, we all would sit up here and say, yes, he's going to get another job. Like in 4 years, they got better every single year. He can walk into any GM in 3 years and say that, and they're like, well, fuck, his resume says it. Jamal Mosley developed all his talent.
Yeah,
he's going to get another job. So that's where the recycles come. You got to start in Charlotte. You got to start in Detroit. A lot of these places you start, prove that you can do it, then you'll get a part of the recycling.
Did you guys see DeJounte Murray's tweet?
What did he say?
What did he say? Get me out of here?
No, it was on 5/9, which I believe is the same day Frank got fired. And I don't know if it was just about that firing or just kind of like a culmination. So I don't want to speculate on his context here, but he did tweet, it's crazy how coaches get blamed before the players. Do you agree?
Yeah. They know it. Yeah. They know it. It wasn't Frank Vogel's
feeling around it, I guess, but it's crazy.
You can't give somebody bad ingredients and say, make me a 5-star meal. Right?
I love when you go to food. I love when you go to food.
I'm really hungry. I haven't eaten yet today, but I haven't also done my cardio. So, my walks. That's how I walk, Richard.
No, I feel like that's a topic that we can expound on. And
they're stuck in between.
Time, so maybe we can.
They're stuck in between.
Yeah.
Their coaches are the ones, they're the middle child. Right? Mm-hmm. They're stuck in between. Aww. They're stuck in between.
And middle children.
Right? Because GMs and presidents are like, it ain't me. The players, they're like, he's not doing a good job. So which one is it easier to replace? A GM president? No. Players? Yeah, you can trade players, but not stars. Stars, they're economies. We've talked about this. They're a full economy. So if you're going to trade away an economy coaches are the first ones that are going to get blamed. Always have been, always will be. Let's not change that dynamic. It's just a reality, and those motherfuckers sign up for it. They always sign up. It's not if you're going to get fired, it's when you're going to